Hello guys, my name is Lee Stocks. I'm with the Grace of Boxing on Facebook. I'm just bringing you another prediction tonight. I'm going to be having a chat with you guys about Carl Froch versus Andre Ward for the Super 6 final and for the WBC and WBA Super Middleweight unification. So what I thought we'd do today is have a look at the break down both fighters, look at their recent wins, look at their strong points, their weak points, and then we'll have a little chat at the end about how I think the fight's going to turn out. When you look at both fighters, if you look at Ward, he's had a good little run lately. Still undefeated. Recent wins over Abraham, Green, Kessler, Baker. Froch probably got the better wins out of the two of them, with wins over Pascal, Taylor, Durrell, Abraham, Johnson. But he has got a blemish on his record against Kessler, which isn't a bad thing. He's not exactly a bad fighter as a Kessler, even though Ward did beat him. Strong points of Carl Froch. The guy's probably got one of the most granite chins in boxing today. His defence, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Limited skill from Carl Froch, but his game plan, he's really good at sticking to a game plan. If you look at his lost and away comeback against Abraham, it was shocking, stuck behind the jab. He went back to his traditional boxing sense, like it's like when you pass your driving test, you get no bad habits, you keep driving your car and you do well. You don't become any bad habits. After a couple of years of driving, you pick up bad habits, and same with boxing, fighters can expose those bad habits, they pick up on things. And it's nice to see Carl Froch has gone back to basics, sticking behind the jab, using combinations. Speed isn't great, but it's not too bad. Yeah, it looks like he's starting to reinvent himself a little bit. You see a little bit of spur in him, a little bit more self-belief in him. You can't question his heart. I think he's got a great boxing heart. Downsides though, his defence, he hasn't really got a defence. He relies on his chin too much. I don't think there's a fighter in the super middleweight division that can put him down and knock him out. His chin's just too hard for that. His footwork's okay. He does plant his shots well, but he's not going to be bouncing around the ring trying to get shots off. Trying to get his fighter in a corner. He's not that sort of fighter. Then you got Andre Ward. Well, the guy's amazing really when you look at him. His boxing skills are outstanding. He's extremely fast for a super middleweight fighter. He's got brilliant footwork. His jab's unbelievable. He's a jab machine. He won't stop jabbing you, and he keep jabbing you, and he keep jabbing you, and then he fire a 1-2, and he's going to hurt you. He's going to hurt you. His power, I don't think his power is very good, but he makes up for it with his punch output. He's got a massive punch output, and his accuracy is really, really good as well. And Andre Ward's got great credentials. Problem with Andre Ward, you've got to question his chin. He's gone down before from fighters that are nowhere near as dangerous as Carl Froch, and this was a long time ago, but when you get into a ring with someone like Carl Froch, he's going to test you. He's going to push you for 12 rounds. He's going to hit you with everything you've got. You're going to keep hitting him. You're going to put every bit of energy, a bit of power into every single shot you've got, and you're going to hit him as many times as you possibly can, and he's still going to keep coming. Prediction-wise, it's a hard one to call. If you're a betting man, I'd bet on Ward. Go by decision. Probably a pretty wide decision. Well, it's going to be a unanimous decision. I don't think it'll be a split decision. I think if Ward wins, it will 100% be a unanimous decision by a comfortable margin as well. But when someone's fighting, when Carl Froch is fighting, you can't rule him out. If Carl Froch knocks him out in the late rounds, I wouldn't be shocked. Carl Froch has done well. He questionably beat a guy like Durrell. Skill-wise, is unbelievable. He's probably on par with someone like Ward. So can he do it? Yeah, he can. Can he knock him out? Well, Ward's been put on his arse by people a lot less qualified than Carl Froch. So if there's an upset in this fight, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. But if you're, like I said, if you're a betting man, bet on Ward to take the decision on this one. Just so you know, if Carl Froch wins this fight, I think it'll come by an uppercut. It seems to be with a one punch. When Ward seems to lunge in with his punches and his jab a little bit, likes to work the body a lot with his jab. If he does, I can see if he'd been an uppercut, or when he goes to work the body on Carl Froch, which might be the only route he's got to tire him, Froch is going to go to the top with a big right, and he's going to put him flat in his arse, and that's how Carl Froch will win. So, like I said, if you're a better man, bet on Ward. to take the decision. I think he might get the first 6 rounds under his belt, 7 rounds under his belt, and then we're going to see a completely different fight. He's going to go all defensive. I don't think he's going to be trying to outpoint Carl Froch in the late round. I think if he gets 6 or 7 under his belt, he's going to back right off. He's going to get defensive. He's going to use the ring. He's going to do a bit of Amir Khan, where he runs around the ring a bit like he did against Maidana. And again, the KO might come exactly the same as it did, luckily for Maidana. You know, if Froch is going to knock him out, it's going to be the same way Maidana did, like the 10th round, big bang, and then we'll find out how good Ward is, how good his legs are, if he can take a shot like that. You can't question his heart. You know, if you watch all his interviews lately, you know, he's got a lot of self-belief. Should have as well, still undefeated, and he's got a good regime. Not quite as good as Froch. If you had to look at both their fight records, Froch has 100% got the best fight record, and you can see why a lot of websites like World Boxing News have got him in the top 10 pound fighters in the world right now. You can't blame him. The guy don't duck anyone, and he welcomes any challenge. So that's it, guys. My name's Lee Stocks. If you want to come visit me on Facebook, or you can visit our Facebook page, The Grace of Boxing. Please subscribe to our boxing channel. Like I said, we're quite new to YouTube, and hopefully we'll bring you many more videos, many more predictions. Thanks very much.